When Survivor Series War Games ended, we were promised an epic Monday Night Raw. The question is, did we get one? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. My name is Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for giving this channel a chance. If you like WWE content, well then, my friend, you are in a great place. Subscribe to this channel, like this video for more WWE content on your feed because I got you every single week. There's some key things I want to talk about that happened on Monday Night Raw. One of those things is Jey Uso. Now, am I allowed to talk about Jey Uso? Is it safe for me to talk about Jey Uso? Because I remember the last time I did, and I posted some clips on social media about my take, my opinion, keyword opinion, my opinion about Jey Uso yeeting and War Games. I got torn apart. I had people in the comments. I had DMs. I had people calling me names. I had people messaging me about my man parts, questioning it. It's a whole thing. So let me just clarify something. I like Jey Uso. Don't take that video, that clip, that my opinion of him yeeting during War Games. Don't take that as me not liking Jey Uso or hating Jey Uso. I know it's kind of a touchy topic nowadays. A lot of people, he's got a lot of haters out there. I understand. I just want it to be known that I do like Jey Uso. I just didn't like him yeeting in War Games. Now, let's put that to the side for a second. Let's talk about what happened with him on Monday Night Raw. Jey Uso loses in the tournament for John Cena, the last time he was in our tournament. He loses to LA Knight. LA Knight will be advancing. He will be facing Gunther in the finals before they decide who goes to face John Cena. So Jey Uso right now, again, is left with no direction. Jey Uso loses that match to LA Knight. He crashes out, and then later on, he was throwing Prime bottles everywhere. He was throwing, announce table stuff everywhere. Later on, he gets interviewed by Jackie, and he mentions that Roman Reigns was right. Those titles do look better on Roman Reigns' shoulders and not Jey's. So he's obviously going through it right now. he is crashing out, but he's also self-loathing. He's very down on himself. He's upset with himself. He's not happy with the way things are going. And to me, that again kind of leaves him directionless. I think WWE needs to pick a lane with Jey Uso. Where are we going with him? It's these ups and downs where he wins 3 matches, he loses 2. He wins 1, he loses 3. He wins 4, he loses 2. It's a weird back and forth type deal here with Jey, where it always kind of seems like it evens out. It kind of seems like if he's not in a championship picture, then they don't know what to do with him, and then their default is to hit the reset button and have some kind of story with him and Jimmy, as a tag team. I don't know what they're doing with Jey. From here on out, I think the world title picture is going to be a little clogged. We have some things that's going to happen with the World Heavyweight Championship picture, and I don't think Jey fits in those plans. So I'm not going to say Jey Uso turned heel on Raw. I think it's too premature to say that right now. But he is definitely crashing out. He is showing a side of himself where he is kind of becoming like a little bit of a sore loser in a way. And we're starting to see things, steps of that happening now. And I just kind of wonder where it's going to progress, where it's going to ultimately lead to. Does Jey have another run-in with Jimmy? Does he have a run-in with Roman? I don't know where this is going, but for right now, I think Jey Uso finds himself just with no sense of direction. Glaze and praise, baby. How about that promo from Bron Breakker? We glaze and praise the man here on this channel, and that promo on Monday Night Raw is the exact reason why. He laid it down on CM Punk while CM Punk was not there. He wasn't there, so he couldn't challenge him face-to-face with the promos, but I can't wait to see these two interact with one another. Apparently, on January 5th, this coming year, 2026, it will be the 1-year anniversary of the premiere on Netflix for Monday Night Raw, and I guess on that show, we are going to get Bron Breakker versus WWE World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk for the title. That's a big match for Breakker. That's a huge, arguably, obviously, the biggest match of his career. And it's going to happen on that stage. I think that's a great place for Bron Breakker. He was out there with the Vision. They didn't really do much. Paul Heyman kind of introduced all the guys, hyped them all up, said nice things about all of them. But it was Bron Breakker who really shined during this promo. He said some good cutthroat things to CM Punk, which I really loved. And for a while now, like, I've been singing his praises, and we've been glazing the man. Like, this is why I've known that Breakker is this way. We've known that Breakker is this way. He just needed that extra motivation. He needed that spotlight to shine, because when he was in the Vision, well, he still is, but when Seth Rollins was in the Vision, it was like Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed took the back seat. And then Breakker kicks Seth out. And then it's like, okay, now it's Bron Breakker's. He gave Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman a choice to either be with him or against him. They chose to be with him. So I was like, all right, sweet. Now Breakker's going to lead this group. Eventually, Paul Heyman was the one who kind of seemed like the leader of the group, and now he kind of still does. And then he brings in Logan Paul, which now I think Logan Paul is an actual member of the Vision. And at first, I didn't like it. I didn't want it. But I've kind of warmed up to the idea of Logan Paul being in the Vision. I just don't want him to be the leader of the Vision. If the leader of the Vision is Bron Breakker, I'm all for it, even with Logan Paul in there. Just let Bron Breakker be the focal point. Let him be the breakout guy, because he is, out of that whole group, the future of the WWE. It looks like WWE is going to drag on the Masked Man, who the Vision claims they don't know what happened, that it had nothing to do with them. They don't know what's going on. This reminds me a lot of back in like 2013-ish, when the Shield debuted, 2012, 2013. This reminds me a lot of then, because CM Punk was champ at the time. He was trying to protect his championship. He was up against Ryback. Paul Heyman. We then find out later on that Paul Heyman was the one that hired the Shield, that paid the Shield to kind of act as a shield to CM Punk, to help him win his matches, to help him get through obstacles, big obstacles. At first, Paul Heyman denied it. CM Punk denied it. They both said they weren't behind it. They don't know what's going on. They don't know why these guys are here and showing up in Punk's matches. But then later on, we find out that Paul Heyman paid these people. And I always remember him saying, handsomely, like they paid him handsomely. I could see this being another one of those cases. Paul Heyman, you do not put it past him. He claims that he has nothing to do with it, and he doesn't know who that was, but I wouldn't be surprised if later on we find out that Paul Heyman had paid somebody to get involved, the Masked Man, and to cost CM Punk that match and help Bron Breakker win that match. However, it does look like they're going to drag it out, and I wouldn't be surprised. I was doing the live stream on Raw, and some people in the stream were talking about how the Masked Man, they're probably going to hold off until January 5th. And I don't know why, but now it kind of all makes a little bit of sense. If Bron Breakker has his title match on January 5th, I could see the Masked Man coming back and actually revealing who he is on January 5th, either with costing Punk the match or costing Breakker the match. To me, I immediately now rule out Seth Rollins, because people were saying, oh, he's injured right now. Maybe it's a placeholder person who's pretending to be Rollins because he can't actually, get in the ring right now. But then we can eventually reveal that it's Seth Rollins. I'm like, okay, I can kind of get behind that. But now, after what Breakker said in that promo, Breakker's just been running down Seth Rollins. He did at first, and he's doing it again. I don't think it's Seth Rollins. I don't think Seth Rollins is going to help Breakker win this match. And if anything, I could see Seth Rollins getting involved and actually costing Breakker this match. What if the Masked Man shows up this time and it's Seth Rollins again, and this time, instead of attacking Punk, he attacks Breakker? Everybody thinks the Masked Man's out here is going to attack Punk again, but he attacks Breakker, and then it's revealed that it's Seth Rollins, and then we can get a Seth Rollins versus a Bron Breakker feud. To me, that's the more believable way. If the Masked Man is going to be Seth Rollins, we can play it off. We can say that it was him that did that to Punk at War Games. And then when we see him again, he'll pop up during the Breakker and Punk match, the title match. Everybody's like, well, he's here to help Breakker again. But this time, he ends up attacking Breakker, and Punk wins that way. And then we can reveal that it's Seth. And Seth could always say, I did that to Punk because I hate Punk, and I'm doing it to Breakker because now I hate Breakker. That's an easy fix for me. One more thing before we get out of here, the Judgment Day stuff. Liv Morgan is back, of course. We all are happy about that. She's back here, showed up at Survivor Series. She's back on Monday Night Raw. There's something still off about all of this. Now, for a while, I've been saying when Liv gets back, it's going to create a divide between the Judgment Day and Dom and Liv. Even though it doesn't look like it right now, I know that's what's going to happen. It has to happen this way. It has to. Dominic Mysterio has been getting cheers. It's hard to boo the guy. You can only really boo Dom if you're putting him in there with an absolute fan favorite like Rey Mysterio or John Cena. But other than that, Dominic Mysterio gets cheered no matter what, and so does Liv Morgan. So I feel like yes, Liv Morgan at the end of Raw handed the tag team championship to Roxanne, but I think there's something behind it. Why Liv Morgan didn't like Roxanne Perez before. Why would she like her now? There's just no reason to. There's no reason why she would like Roxanne. And even though I believe Dominic has been pretty loyal to Liv, he hasn't done anything wrong with Roxanne Perez, like at all. We haven't seen any hints of it. We haven't seen him being in any compromised positions. If anything, I think it's Roxanne who is at fault, where she's looked at like several times, looked like she was trying to console Dom or try to maybe break his walls down, as bad as that sounds, and try to get closer to Dom. But he seemed very straightforward, very like by the book, and doesn't seem like he was tempted at all by Roxanne. So I don't think Dom's at fault for any of this. I don't think Liv is going to try to pin it on him because it wouldn't really make sense. He didn't do anything. But if Liv didn't like Roxanne before, I don't think she's going to like her now. Something's going on. Something's up. You could see the looks on Finn's faces and JD's faces during the whole segment with Judgment Day this past Monday night on Raw. Something is going on. And it seemed like Finn Balor before wanted to be the one that called the shots. He said, when we listen to Finn, we win. I think that Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio are going to act as if they're the leaders of Judgment Day. And that's not going to be cool with Finn and everybody else. I don't think eventually he's not going to like it either. But I think Liv and Dom are kind of walking around with their nose in the air like they can't be touched and that they're like the saviors of the Judgment Day and everyone else is beneath them. And I think that's just going to create the divide. But ultimately, I think Finn Balor and JD and Roxanne and Raquel, I think they stay in Judgment Day, and I think Liv and Dom break off and do their own thing as babyfaces. I think that's coming. All right, my friends. Hey, look, I appreciate you checking out this video. Please give it a like. It does me a huge favor. If you're new here, please subscribe. That also helps this channel out greatly. We want to get this out to as many WWE fans as possible. We want to build this community even more than what it already has been. So if you like WWE content, subscribe to this channel. Please like this video. It helps me out. And I will see you on the next video, my friends. Let me know who you think is the masked man. I want to hear from you. Please tell me. Get creative with it if you want. I know a lot of people are throwing Austin Theory out there. Get creative if you want. That would be fun to see who you think the masked man will be. Until we meet again, my friends, as always, stay bitter.